On Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Did you learn something?
What did we learn?
I had a quiet weekend around the house on the weekend, watched a reasonable amount of football, and I reckon what's something sneaking into the game that we don't want it to, and that's people faking high hits at the moment, faking free kicks, and I reckon it's one of the things that when I watch soccer, I go, God, gee, I'm glad that's not my number one sport. I don't know how soccer or people feel about people that dive in that game as well, but we're meant to give free kicks away or even fine or suspend players that do it in the AFL, but it just looks like it's sneaking into the game a little bit too much. We need our umpires to be across it. We don't want our umpires to fall for it and actually pay free kicks and 50-metre penalties. On the weekend, I reckon I saw a couple of 50-metre penalties. Also saw a big melee happen because one player in the Gold Coast Dogs game made out the shove he got from the Gold Coast player was worse than what it was. And then a heap of players come in and basically had a bit of a 20-person melee because of it. So let's stamp it out of the game, which we're meant to be doing, and at the moment we're not.
Don't think anyone disagrees, Roo. What did you learn, Loz?
Mine's a two-pronger. So I don't know if you know this, but Prince Harry,
Yep.
his real name isn't Harry.
I didn't know that.
It's actually Henry.
Is it?
Yes. So, no.
Why do they call him Harry then?
Well, because it's tradition in the royal family, the English royals, that if your name's Henry, your nickname is Harry. And that comes from all the way back when
Really?
King Henry, all the King Henrys that have existed. And it comes back because it's a French name, Henri. And Henri, the nickname was Ari, and then that turned into Harry. Anyway, so now you know that.
Yep.
So I'm going to take you back to the year 1100.
Right.
And William the Conqueror, his two sons, Harry and William.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds familiar.
Uh-huh.
They were
Henry and William, or
It was Henry, but his name was he was called Harry.
right? Just call him bloody Harry.
William was the older brother.
Yeah.
He inherited the throne.
Right.
Harry did not like him.
Oh,
They were out hunting.
deja vu.
William got shot with an arrow. Was it Harry?
Oh,
Was it an accident?
of course it was.
William dies. Harry takes the throne.
Right.
And he becomes King Henry the First,
right.
the first one we ever had.
okay.
So it's just a little bit weird, in my opinion. I was reading
Yeah.
about this and I went,
Spooky.
It's a bit of a spooky.
Yeah.
And I would have thought, when you're naming your kids in the royal family, you wouldn't name them after the two brothers who one of them murdered the other
right.
one. It's a bit of a weird choice.
That is strange because they do like their history.
They do. They would have. They've named after their historic people.
All right,
so-
mine just quickly. Mine's from the world of football as well. Now, the pitch invader over the weekend. I haven't yet come across anyone that said to me, "Gee, that was funny," or "I really enjoyed that," or "Love him."
I
Yeah.
did used to like a streaker.
We did. So back in
But
the
they got
day,
to be naked.
right? So that's right, a real streaker. So these aren't streakers; these are pains in the ass pitch
Potentially
invaders.
dangerous.
Very dangerous. And anyway, what it made me think over the weekend. Now, pick the paper up Saturday morning. Big photo of him on the front page. Watch the news that night. It's on every news service, all the footage of him. He also filmed it himself on his phone, so therefore he's now shared it with all his mates.
Did you see
So
when he
he's got it
jumped the
forever.
fence and he took the hat
Yeah,
off?
took the hat. So what I'm getting at here,
Cheeky
we
bugger.
actually have to give a bloke like him zero coverage.
Yeah.
No, because he's now achieved exactly
just
what he
talking
wanted.
about
We're
him.
talking about
Yeah,
him
but I
right
haven't
now.
mentioned his name, and we don't know who he is. What I'm saying is, though, the photo of him, this is radio, we can't see him, the photo of him, front page, like, you don't reckon he's dining out on, I'm on the front page of the paper, and I was on
reckon
7
he's got
News and
too
9
many
News.
mates who are going, well done,
Well,
congratulations.
I just think we have
Why
to...
did he do it? What was the point?
Why do streakers do it?
Well, I get that. The
What do you
thrill
mean?
of the nudity, they love it. They're just like,
$5
yeah.
grand's hefty.
Well, he'd be doing the same
He
thing.
was wearing jorts, for God's sake.
He
Like,
gets, so $5,000?
Yeah.
I reckon that it's not worth it, is it? Surely.
Well, they're talking about a life ban,
Life
minimum
ban.
3.
Yeah.
Nothing's worth it.
Surely
but
it's not worth it.
We're not. Are you drunk or are you?
oh, absolutely. There's no way he wasn't a few tins under. There's just no way. And he can come after me if
Tell
he
us
was
what you
sober.
think on the text line, by the way.
Yeah.
0488851047. But anyway, that's what we
yeah.
learned on the
I don't think it
weekend.
makes a lot of sense, does
Nah,
it?
Test drive the all-new, all-electric Toyota BZ4X at Peter Kittle Toyota.
what on earth was going on back then?
The top 4 things we learnt on Roo, Dits and Loz this week.
Short week.
We learnt how they used to commentate cricket in the old days.
What were you saying about the sound effects? They used to do their own sound effects.
When they were playing in England, they would send through a wire that would say, Bradman, hits a single through the covers.
He scored a century in both innings in the Melbourne Test against England.
This would be, 5 minutes later he'd get it, and so he'd go...
Oh, when Bradman hits a single through the covers.
They had a piece of wood in it, and he would tap on it to replicate the sound of the bat on ball. Oh. And that's how they used to commentate the cricket.
They're still doing that on Double A.
That's right. On Monday, Roo gave a little drive-by to the opposition.
They're still doing that on Double A.
Then on Wednesday, he reverts back for another one during our Quickie contest.
Name 3 famous, and I mean famous, Williams.
Prince William, William Hurt, and Will Goodings.
Hang on, his name's Will.
He's not famous.
Well, okay, well, that I agree with.
We ring 588. I want to know his name.
I'm Googling him, Will Goodings. No results.
All right.
That's how you stay the number 1 show. Bully the opposition.
Number 3.
There was a pitch invader at the Crows Geelong game.
Free kick, we've got a streaker.
And we learnt Ditz wasn't happy with the amount of media attention he got.
Pick the paper up Saturday morning. Big photo of him on the front page. Watch the news that night. It's on every news service, all the footage of him. He also filmed it himself on his phone.
So in order to fix the amount of media attention he was getting, Ditz decided to talk about him on the radio.
We actually have to give a bloke like him 0 coverage.
Yeah.
The photo of him front page. Like, you don't reckon he's dining out on? I'm on the front page of the paper.
He got the trifecta: TV news, paper, and thanks to Ditz, radio coverage. Number 2. Every day on Triple M, we drop rumours in the rumour mill.
There's another text on the text line as well. This is anonymous.
In the running for $1,000.
You can be anonymous.
You can be anonymous and keep a low profile, like this guy.
Is that why you're talking in a funny voice?
Yeah, he's talking like this. I like it.
Yep.
If you share this with us, do you have to go into witness protection or something, do you?
Well, it's just between the 4 of us, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right
right.
on your day.
Come on, Dale.
But this week, we got an anonymous text, and I think we learned that Roo blew her cover.
On the Automasters text line, Vicky from Marino has said that she has a rumour. Ben Cousins is going into the jungle for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Really?
I just read the last bit of her message. Anyway, sorry.
She had to be anonymous. Anyone wants to be anonymous on the show, can put in really big black bold
At the
letters.
beginning of
At
the
the start
text.
of your text.
Just don't say her name again.
There's a lot of Vickies live in Marino.
That's true.
All right, you're going to have to stop saying Vicky.
Vicky's just gone into hiding.
Oh, no, Vicky.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right, guys, you've blown her cover. Let's just go to a song. Number 1. Last year, Roo won an award for asking the longest question to our premier.
Mark Rasciuto's question. 37 seconds.
We learned this year he's just getting better and better.
no.
Listen to this question to 350 game legend Travis Boak.
In start of your career, you're trying to get a game, then you're trying to play well, and then you're trying to be the best player, and then towards the end, you try and give back and you try and bring kids along. You've been the best that I can see at Port Adelaide since I've come into the AFL with what you've done taking players overseas. Jason Horne-Francis last year, Zach Butters, Connor Rosie before that. But probably even a bigger role and a harder role is when you take players in, younger players, and you've done that with Sam Powell-Pepper, who was, needed to be straightened up a little bit, didn't have the best upbringing. Is that a natural thing for you, Bokey, or are you just hell-bent on doing everything you can for the club to be as good as it can?
That question came in at 42 seconds. Unfortunately, Travis, no time to answer that. Your career is now over.
Oh, well, 350 games, long questions.
Just about to play 400 now.
That was the only question we got in the interview. We had to wind it up.
Oh, no, I got to ask him about his hair. That was a good chat. Oh, Sammy, you talk about witness protection. Our Sandman needs to, change
Lucky
his
we're going
identity.
on a break.
That's right.
Test drive the all-new, all-electric Toyota BZ4X at Peter Kittle Toyota. The top 5, all thanks to those guys. Read it online, Triple M.
A woman's Reddit post has gone viral, and I can kind of see why it's pretty funny. She's broken up with her partner, which is very sad. And they live together, so he's moving out of the house.
Yep.
And he's come and started packing everything up, and she's fallen asleep upstairs while he's doing it. And then she's woken up and he's gone. She's gone downstairs to just see what he's taken and go to the toilet. And he's taken the toilet.
What?
He's taken the toilet. He's deep. He's unplumbed it. He's a plumber, apparently, this bloke.
Okay.
So it's in his wheelhouse. It's part of his skill set. But that's petty. I mean, that's about as petty as you can get.
You can get attached to your toilet.
Yeah.
Well, if you sit on it too long, you can.
That's right.
It's must be a bloody good toilet.
Yeah.
She must be a deep sleeper too, just quietly.
Yeah, well, or he's a very good plumber, and he just sort of, swiftly, silently took it.
The portable dunny.
She's posted on it and said,
How
"Look,
relaxed is she having a sleep while he's packing up?
that's right." She obviously didn't care. She said, "Look, I've split up with my boyfriend." This is the post. She goes, "I fell asleep while he was packing. He stole my toilet. I won't lie, I have been laughing about it, but it's just the most bizarre thing." She said it's very on brand for him, though, because he was the cheapest I've ever met, refused to tip servers at restaurants because that's how they do it in Japan, according to him, and wouldn't pay the power bill for the whole time we lived together. So
he's no good.
Yeah. I mean, petty little things in a breakup. It happens. People get very pedantic towards
Always
the end.
big fights over a dog, isn't there?
Yeah,
Not that that's petty,
awful.
but that causes a hell of a lot. The
Yeah.
pet.
Like, gifts are weird because if you've spent money on a gift for someone and then they cheat on you, do you want them to keep it? Do you feel like you should get the record player back? And that's when it starts getting niggly.
Oh, yeah.
I know of people who've taken light bulbs and batteries out of things.
What?
Yeah, I paid for that. And you just know it's going to inconvenience them.
Yeah.
So we're talking the petty things that get taken in a breakup. A woman in the US has posted a Reddit. She woke up after her partner left her and he'd taken the toilet. He'd unplumbed it.
Good luck
What
to
do you
him.
do?
Yeah, get the toilet and
Great
run.
bloke.
Let's go to Underdale. Mark, what did you take?
Yeah, I removed PowerPoint plugs from all the major appliances, such as the fridge and the air conditioner and microwave.
Oh, no.
Plugs?
Yeah,
What, you
removed them.
cut the end off them or something?
That's correct, yep.
Oh, you dog.
I'm a dog, I know.
God, you must have had a nasty breakup.
Oh, let's not delve into that because I feel like just want to get the funny bit, don't we? We don't want the darkness underneath.
All right, let's go to Denver. Not in America, in Surrey Downs. Hello, Denver.
Good morning, team. How are you?
Yeah, good, Denver. What happened?
Bumped into a pilot from the UK and we were talking about Scotch whiskies, and he said, I've flown all around the world, collected approximately 80 bottles of Scotch, split up with the wife, and she rang him on the phone to say, love, I've just tipped the last bottle of that Scotch whiskey down the sink.
Oh, no. Okay.
And by the way, she said, seeing we're splitting up, I've left all that you need in the garage at home.
Nice.
You need to come and pick it up. So he went around, opened the garage, and in the middle of the floor was a bread maker. He said she hated it when I bought it for her.
Yeah.
And that's all she left me.
Yep.
And when I picked it up, she'd cut the electrical cord
Yeah,
off.
right.
Oh,
That
nasty.
pilot
Couple of nasty stars.
must
there.
have. Goodness me.
I don't know what we're expecting. That
Drop
we're
the
getting.
pilot.
Let's go to Fulham. G'day, Christy. What did you take after the split?
Well, it wasn't me. It was someone I worked with. We work in a gym, and her partner and her have been together. It was nothing like the last story. This one was quite fair, really. He made sure when they split up that he split everything really evenly, so everything was fair. So right down to the vitamins. He'd been through the vitamins and gave her share. He took his share. The protein powder, he emptied that out, took his measurement worth and left her with her half.
Oh, this is
To
ridiculous.
the point of ridiculous.
Oh, he counted the
Takes
grains
all
of rice.
kinds, though. Takes all.
It does, Christy. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Well, fair's fair, I guess.
Yep.
That's one way to do it.
Cut the house in half as
Yeah.
well. Let's go to Mansell Park. G'day, Danny.
Morning, guys.
Good. Tell us about what they took after the breakup.
It was a mate of mine. She kept going on about how he was too hard to handle and she couldn't handle being with him. So he went back and took all her handles. Door handles, cupboard handles,
That's
tap
appropriate.
handles, every handle.
Right.
How'd she handle that?
Yeah, she wanted to impress.
She couldn't.
Lisa at Kersbrook. What happened, Lisa?
Oh, it's my sister. She was going through a really messy divorce.
Yeah.
And her ex-partner, he loved his vodka. So he had a bar full of vodka. So he packed it all in boxes, sealed it. She went to the house to pick up her stuff, unsealed the boxes of vodka, filled it up with tap water, sealed the bottles and filled the boxes. So he's obviously open them wherever he is now because he loved his vodka. He'd be drinking water.
Oh,
yay.
Nasty.
She's playing the long game there.
Oh, we've got some ruthless individuals on Triple M here. Let's head to Seaton. Helen, what did you do after the breakup?
Hey, how you going?
Good. What did you do?
Oh, I broke up with a guy and I had to drop off his stuff at his house, which was fine. But he had given me a concentrated Windex bottle, and he demanded that I gave him his Windex back. Yeah.
What?
He demanded, seriously, because it's my favourite cleaning product. But anyway, I dropped it off, did the right thing.
He needed to be able to see clearly.
Should have sprayed him in the eyes, Helen.
Oh, that's amazing. Group 1 field.
Can we just go with maybe someone who was nice? Loz, pick Christy.
Christy?
Yeah.
All right, Christy.
Split the vitamins.
Split the vitamins, yep. You're off to see the boxing. Yeah, thanks for your calls, guys. I'm really sorry to everyone who's had those awful breakups, but I'm just glad we got a little bit of content out of it.
If you want to...
Rue's got a new pet mouse over the weekend after they had crickets for pets last week.
Yeah.
Tell us about your crazy pets.
Let's go to Strath. G'day, Chris. What do you got in your house?
Yeah, hey guys and Loz, how you going?
Good.
G'day, mate. Good.
Yeah, we've got a pet yabby there, guys. So, we've always had one for a couple of years on and off. But, I had one when I was a kid as well. And mine
pets.
used to get out of... Yeah, they are actually.
Why are they good pets?
I like looking at them in the tank.
Oh.
Yeah, they are good in the tank. Yeah,
Have you
they're
got
pretty
two
low
in there or
maintenance.
one?
Nah, just the one.
Oh,
just the one.
Get a partner, and then
Try and breed 'em.
watching them get eggs, and then watching the eggs hatch, and then watching the little ones cruise around on the yabby is brilliant.
What's his name, Chris?
Oh, this one hasn't got a name.
Oh.
He keeps pretty quiet. This one, he just sort of
So
stays
just
in the
yabby.
corner of the room.
Does he come
Yeah,
out?
Yeah, every now and again when you feed him, he'll crawl around and that sort of stuff.
Have they got a personality?
Yeah, I think they do a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get this one. I used to get him out of the tank a bit and get him to play with the kids.
Take him
Did
for
you
a
put
walk.
him to sleep?
Nah, I haven't tried that
Oh,
one.
I'm gonna have to teach you a couple of tricks, I think, Chris.
What? How do you
We're
know
talking
how
to
to
the
put
pro-
a
we're talking
yabby
to the
to
professional.
sleep?
I'm half man, half
He's
yabby.
Mr. Yabby over here.
Let's
Yabby.
go to Findon. G'day, Ruby. What pet have you got in your house?
I've got 2 stick insects and heaps of eggs.
What do you mean? What do you mean stick insect?
They're like little bugs that looks like
Praying
sticks.
mantis.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Are they different to a praying mantis, Ruby?
Yeah, they're different to praying mantis.
Are they?
What do you feed them?
Just gum leaves. We put gum leaves in
Yeah.
the cage,
Yeah.
and then we put the stick insects on top of them,
Right.
and then we spray them with water because the stick insects have to drink.
Oh.
Have
Yeah.
to drink that way.
Yeah, right.
Through
okay.
their skin.
Now, have they got names or not?
Yeah, Tilly and Cleo.
Tilly and Cleo,
Nice.
cool. Are they? Do they adapt to their environment? Do they change their skin colour?
Well, they shed their skin and then they eat it.
Ooh,
Wow.
like gold member.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Gum leaves in their own skin.
All right, thanks, Ruby.
Interesting diet.
That was an education there in stick
Oh, we've got a heap more calls here.
Different pets you've got. Rue's had crickets in the last couple of weeks. Now he's got a mouse. The things the kids are bringing home. What have you got? Reese at Monopara West. What's yours?
Hey boys, hey Loz, how you going?
Good, Reese. What do you got as a pet?
Wasn't me, it was more so my neighbour. He had I'm not sure if it was a crocodile or alligator, but he had 2 baby ones.
Where, in South Australia?
Yeah, I know it sounds stupid, it probably doesn't sound real, but...
Doesn't sound legal.
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely...
It wasn't Steve Irwin, was it?
No.
Oh.
No, he was I will say he was a mysterious man. He always had, he always had something different to everybody else.
Okay.
How
long did he have them?
I think he had him briefly for about a year. But, like, he was a guy, too, though, that, like, he'd have something, but then he would move it to the right place when he was done with it.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't sound real, but, yeah, I swear on my life that...
I believe you. I believe you. There's some strange
All right,
cats
Reese.
out there.
Let's go to Salisbury East. Brad, what weird pet have you had around the house?
Yeah, good morning. So when I was a kid living up at Banksia Park, I was actually out and about just with my mate down the creek and swimming through and put my foot down on what I thought was a solid rock and reached down, pulled out a turtle that was about the size of a dinner plate. So, yeah, he lived in the back shed for a little while and, yeah, I think he was a bit of an escape artist. He managed to get away from us as well, and yeah, I'm not sure where he ended up in the end. But
Now, Brad, have you seen how quick turtles move?
I have, yes.
And he managed to get away.
They're quicker than you think.
Oh, come on.
They are. These
in
guys,
water they
yeah,
are.
the water turtles are quick. Not the old tortoises that are like 200 years old and stuff.
all right.
But
They're not fast on land.
yeah, they are pretty quick.
On land?
Yeah, we had a class pet called Franklin, and he nearly escaped. We had to take him home one Christmas, and he nearly escaped
He must
my
have been
bedroom.
on the juice, Franklin, because every other turtle I've seen is like about me and Ditz after the 34K walk we did.
No.
Let's go to Jocelyn. G'day, Simon. What's the weird pet you've had?
Morning, guys. We've got a vicious meat-eating Mexican walking fish.
Jesus.
Sometimes called an axolotl.
Oh, an axolotl. Yeah, I've had one of those.
His name's Fang.
Fang. Oh,
What do you feed it?
terrifying.
Hang on, so
T-bones.
if they're a walking fish.
Yeah.
Have they got legs, have they?
Yeah.
They got legs, yeah. They got legs and like external gills, so they got these weird things on the outside of their neck.
Yeah, they're
And they
ugly.
just walk around. But
Hang on, I need to
you
Google
got to
this.
feed him. You got to feed him meat, and he kind of launches himself out of the aquarium to get the meat.
Give it.
Traumatized my little boy's mate when he came to look after him when we
How
went away
long?
on
How
holiday.
big is yours? Is it like about 4 or 6 inches or something?
Yeah, about 6 inches, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Does yours look a little bit like a?
Oh,
private
you're kidding.
part?
I've just Googled this. You've got to be joking.
It looks a little bit like a male private part.
It does a little bit.
With legs on it.
Yeah.
I've seen one with legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're not the
Neither
prettiest
have
looking
I.
fish, but they're good viewing.
Oh, they are not. They're the ugliest animal I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're a bit messed up,
I think
actually.
we did the wrong thing when I used to live down at Lockleys. We used to live on Linear Park. We got sick of our axolotl and I put it in the bloody torrents.
What?
It's probably a massive.
So you had one of these?
I did have.
We could have
probably-
them everywhere now in the torrent. Oh, you'd need two to breed, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure
It
it
could
bred,
be like
bred with a
about
carp and made some
2 or
weird
3
species.
It
metres.
says
long.
here they're like a prehistoric monster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll come
they
up and
are.
bite you, Ditz, down at Lockleys.
So they're a
Oh,
bit vicious,
no.
are they?
Well, they like their food.
Okay.
I think I've seen him drinking at the Alberton.
It's Reed, it's a loss. Triple M. There's a long list of people who want to punch cane corns.
Tex, do you think there's any way you could reconcile your differences with cane corns? Catch up and just have a coffee and sort your differences out.
Coffee inside a boxing ring or something like that.
Tex Walker has to play footy. He can't box, but this man is ready to jump in the ring. Please welcome, coming to town for the Gathering Fight Night and taking on cane corns, it's Nathan Brown.
You know, this crowd, it'd be similar to when the Christians were fed to the lions. That's how one-sided. It'll be like Australia playing India in Bombay in a T20
no.
game. That's how fierce and ferocious this crowd will be
Yeah.
on Nathan Brown's side, I think.
I think
Brownie,
maybe.
welcome
yeah.
to Triple M.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm looking forward to this. I've been let know by a lot of ex-players and anybody around the community that I've got a big job to do. I ran into an old lady. She was about 80 years of age at Coles the other day. And she goes, now, Nathan, she goes, you've got a big job to do. She goes, I don't like that cane corns. I need you to get him.
Well, Jordan De Goey doesn't get involved in any media, and didn't he stop you and say, mate, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders?
He did. He's got those big white teeth, and he sort of laughed at himself, and he goes, and I'll tell you what, Brownie, if you don't get the job done, there's a big embarrassment coming your way. The whole local community expect you to get the job done, and if you don't, you're going to be the laughing stock.
When you signed up for this, did you realise the pressure you were going to be under?
No, they'd come to me a couple of times for the fight, and they'd thrown up a few options, and I was like, no, I'm not really sure I want to do it. And then they said, corns, I was, yep, sign me up. Where do I sign for that? But as it's gone on, I've started to realise how much people want to see me win. So normally when I've come to Adelaide and I've played over at Football Park, you know, they hurl abuse at you, they spit on you, they throw cigarettes at you. But I'm coming back almost like the hometown hero.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very much.
Hopefully I've got the crowd on my side.
His own family have contacted us as well.
I mean, if you not quite super confident, Brandon, in getting the job done. Maybe you might have to offer him a bit of cash to lay down or something.
No, I reckon I'll be okay. The sparring's been going good. I've been sparring against Kane Pettifer, who's fighting Mitch Robinson. And Petts has actually had 4 professional fights and won them all. So he's pretty good. He's got me covered, but I reckon he's not going to be... He's going to be a lot better than Kane Corn. So had a good grounding. I'm probably sick of getting hit in the head, though. We've had the headgear on. We don't have the headgear on for the fight. But this is just a one-off for me, and I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get the job done.
Now, we can drop a rumour here, probably a little bit later on this morning, that we've actually got the soles of his shoes sponsored, Kane Corns, just in case.
which means you've got to knock him on his backside.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a bounty, yeah?
Oh,
just
yeah.
to see the bottom of his shoes.
That's right.
That's how much everyone wants to see
And the
it
sponsor
happen.
wants coverage, I can tell you. He wants them seen.
Yeah, I'm happy to help out there.
On a serious note, boxing is hard work, isn't it? Speaking personally, I've never fought, but I have been in the gym hitting bags. It's bloody hard work. How's the training going?
Like, it's extraordinarily hard. Like, I started this at about 89 kilos. I'm down to 82 and a half, so
Wow.
I've dropped a fair bit. But then you add the fact that people are trying to hit you in the head. And I found the hardest part has been the footwork, getting the footwork right. And my trainer has been doing a lot of air bike with me. So air bike for maybe 2 minutes, and he goes, I want you to get off straight away, and then we're going to box for a minute, and your legs are gone. He goes, I'm just trying to replicate what's going to happen in the ring. So normally boxers, they lose their legs and they lose their feet so quickly, and he goes, I just want to prepare you for that.
All right, Brandy, well, you have got the weight of the world on your shoulders. We're all behind you. Hopefully it all goes well. There's another heap of fights on the night. Dane Swan v. Dale Thomas, their mates. Mitch Robertson v. Kane Pettifer, who you've been sparring with. Anthony Rocker v. Corey McKernan.
Heavyweights.
The event is on Stand pay-per-view exclusive, but... If you want tickets to the Gather Round boxing event, they are on sale right now at SLB Fight Night. That's SLB Fight Night. General admission tickets are just $59. We're giving away a double right now. Give us a buzz on 1-333-53. Good luck, Brownie.
Thanks very much, guys.
Good luck.
Hopefully I can salute for you and don't let the people of Adelaide down.
That's right.
Good on you.
There is Nathan Brown.
Ladies, unlocking the mysteries of the female mind.
The women run the country.
On Triple M Breakfast with Rudits and Loz, it's the Angels.
All right, Loz, who we got in the studio this morning?
We've got Mel, who works here.
Sometimes,
He runs the
Sometimes, Lozzie.
Well, this
Very
is
descriptive.
I don't even know how to describe what you do anymore.
She's
'cause
on air during the day.
You're on air during the day,
She
but you
dances
wear,
on desks.
you
I
wear,
sure do.
You wear
Yeah,
so
she-
many hats. And we've got Em, lovely Em. Once again, don't really know the official job title because everyone does so many jobs here, but very important people at Triple M. Good morning, Angels.
Morning.
Right. Well, I found a topic on the weekend I want to get your advice on, girls, to see if this is really happening out there. They're calling it a girl tax, where women are being charged more by tradies and mechanics and just blokes in general. Blokes being very naughty, in fact, and trying to make as much money as they can out of the
Chicks. Yeah, who don't know any better.
One price for the girls and one price for the boys.
Is it-
Have
is
you
it-
experienced
Yeah,
it?
is it that noticeable, Mel?
I think this is why back in the day, probably not so much now, but back in the day, you would get your husband, or even, if you were younger, you'd get your dad to basically negotiate this or sort these things out on your behalf, because it was quite apparent that if you went to the mechanics, he'd go, oh, look, see you coming, and then go, your flux capacitor's blown, love, you'll need another one of those.
It's
and
expensive.
You'll need some fresh air in those tyres, that's a bit of as well. And so they would, lie through their teeth because we might not know that they're lying to us, and you go, oh, okay, I'm already here. Sounds
And you're
like it's
so
important. All right.
overwhelmed and intimidated already.
Yeah.
And you know that
Why
you
are you
don't
overwhelmed and intimidated?
because you know that you don't understand it, and you know that you're going to sound like an idiot if you try and argue with them, and there's no book that says this is how much it's meant to cost.
So I've had it with a plumber before. They know how to get you as well, because he came out, you had to pay $160 before he'd even walk in the door.
Yeah.
So by the time they're in there, you sort of like feel a little bit beholden to get the work done because you've already splashed a bit of cash anyway.
Yeah.
And I got overcharged so terribly for something because I felt rushed and pressured. And then when I spoke to people after, they're like, oh, God, you haven't already paid him, have you? Because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wish I'd known, but... What are you going to do?
Emily?
Yeah, that actually happened to me recently. Now I think about it, a plumber
This is
came out
real.
and they came in and like did the work and it was done. And I kept asking for a quote before he did it, and he just did it. And then at the end was like, "Here's the invoice done," and it was so expensive. And I was like, kept asking him repeatedly. He's like, didn't do anything about it. So I'm like, I do now think maybe I did get stitched up.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the same thing, mechanic. I always get my dad to call them.
Yeah.
To sort
There was a
it
thing
out.
that came out probably over 10 years ago now where it's only quite recent that ladies started selling cars as well, if you remember, that they felt that females would feel more or not as intimidated walking into a car yard to buy. So a lot of the big dealerships.
And female mechanics, all female mechanics
Yeah.
they have, where it's, I can't remember their name now, but there are a group where it's all women so that you feel like
You're not going to get stitched up.
going to get fleeced.
This has been going on for a long time. So there's lots of premiums on the female versions of products. For instance, razors, men and women both use razors. They're the same product. The blades are the same. In fact, often the men's ones have an extra blade in it because it's more coarse hair on the face. They're about, on average, 29% more expensive.
Are they?
That's why it's called the pink tax. It's
Why don't
because
you buy the men's ones then?
Well, I do. I do. I buy men's deodorant. I buy all the men's stuff. You save. Apparently,
I thought I
women
could smell Lynx Africa.
Yeah.
Delightful.
That's exactly
So
right.
does your deodorant cost more as well?
Yeah, deodorant, everything.
Clothes too, men's clothes. It's so much.
Women
cheaper than
spend about
men's.
$2,000 extra a year on just things like that.
Haircuts, dry cleaning, the lot.
Yeah.
So much.
God, you're
Yeah.
taking advantage of you.
You pay us less. We're only getting 72 cents in the dollar.
I know.
And then
Yeah.
you're taking all that we've got left.
Oh,
know.
you retire with less super.
Oh,
God.
what are we doing here?
So,
Let's
so it is real then. It's a reality.
Yeah, it's a reality. Yeah. I think it's really down. It's not. There's nothing anyone can do other than the blokes who are doing it.
Hey, blokes are
Just stop
shocking.
doing it.
Just
They are
honestly.
terrible.
Stop ripping us off.
Why would they
I'm just
take
a
you
little
stop-
girl. I
Stop
don't know
being so
anything.
bloody gullible.
Yeah, we need a bit. Maybe we need to go harder.
Ditz says Ditz, the man who gets someone over to put a hammer in the wall to hang a picture.
You can't hang
I
a
mean-
Turn
bloody
the gas
picture,
off,
Ditz.
Ditz.
I know.
He didn't rip me off though.
Wow. Actually, there might be a Ditz tax that we don't know about.
Thanks, Angels.
Test drive the all-new, all-electric Toyota BZ4X at Peter Kittle Toyota.
Triple M breakfast with Rue Dits and Lies.
When do I get paid?
It's time for Joe's Joke. Which prosciutto kid's telling jokes today? Is it Joe, Nick, Tom, Sophie, Rosie or Rocco? Spin the prosciutto kid wheel.
Right, let's go to the Rashudo household. Hello, who's there?
Tom.
Tommy!
Are you on your own today, Tom?
Yeah.
Where's Rocco?
He doesn't want to do it again.
Ah, come on, Rocco.
Come on, Rock.
That's fair enough.
God, you're going to get heaps of eggs this weekend, aren't you, Tom? For being a good boy.
Yeah.
How many do you reckon you can eat?
Nearly 1,000.
You had a few of my chocolate almonds last night.
Oh, did you sneak them in?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you
Now,
did.
Hey, guess what, Tommy? 8 days till our birthday. Just keeping an eye on the calendar, crossing the days
next
off.
Thursday.
That's right.
Hey, yeah, what do you want for your birthday, Tom?
I want,
The Crows to win over Melbourne?
yeah,
That'd be good.
That'd be good.
And what else?
some shorts.
Yeah.
Shorts.
Righto. Footy shorts?
We're going
or-
into winter.
Yeah.
Footy
Yeah,
shorts.
All right. Hey, last week, your pet crickets, how are they going?
They jumped out.
Oh, they jumped out.
They jumped out.
No, they didn't jump out. Nick just chucked them outside.
He chucked
Oh,
it
Oh,
out.
okay. All right.
Well, they
and what
st-
about
Yeah.
your new pet? How's the mouse going?
Oh, he's dead.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
What? So what are you going to get now? What's your next pet? Do you think?
Probably a bearded dragon.
Yeah.
A bearded dragon.
Go for a bearded dragon.
Hey,
Are they
where was
just
the
out in the
mouse
garden?
last seen, Tom? Do you know?
Magpie picked it up.
Oh no. You're kidding.
Did
What,
he
swooped
fly
on him?
away with it in his mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, those Maggies,
gee.
they'll come for anything.
That's a bit
Yeah.
sad.
Sophie caught it on camera.
Oh really?
Did she?
Oh, send us that. We'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Please. All right.
Good stuff.
Good
All
on
right,
you,
you got any
Sophie.
jokes for us today,
Yeah.
Tommy?
Yeah.
All right,
what have you got?
hit him up.
Did you hear about the bossy man at the bar?
Did you hear about the bossy man at the bar?
No.
No.
What happened?
He ordered everyone around.
Right.
Around a
Good one.
drinks.
Good one.
Kind of
Righto.
bossy, I like.
All right. What else have you got for us?
Why was the Easter Bunny sad?
Oh. Why?
He was having a bad hair day.
Oh, yeah. That'll get me too.
Yeah,
All right.
good one,
Yeah.
Tommy.
Good on you, Tom. Have a good day at school.
It's time for Joe's Joke.
All right, let's head down to Jono. How are you, Jono?
Good.
What school do you go to?
Kings.
Where's Kings?
Where's Kings?
It's out near Golden Grove, isn't it?
Whereabouts
Yeah.
is it?
Windvale, I think.
Windvale, yeah.
All right.
yeah.
How old are you, Jono?
9.
Okay. You in grade
Great.
4?
No, I'm in grade 3.
Grade
Yeah.
3.
yeah.
Okay.
Is your real name John?
No, my name is Jonathan, but I like to be called Jono.
That's fair enough.
Jonathan's a
Good.
bit serious.
Yeah,
When
all
you're
right.
in trouble, you'd be called
Big
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Jono, what's your joke for us today?
How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus?
How many?
10 tickles.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Good on you, Jono. Well done.
Can we put
cute.
Jono back on there for a
Yeah.
minute? Jono, if I have to spell Jonathan, I get it wrong. Can you spell it out for me?
I don't know how to.
Oh.
Is that why you like Jono? Is that why you like Jono?
Yeah?
Good on you,
fair
mate.
enough. J-O-N.
Rue asks lots of hard questions.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is it
Tyler.
J-O-N?
Hello, Tyler. Good morning.
Good morning.
How old are you, Tyler?
I am 11, turning 12 this year.
Turning 12 this year.
11
Righto.
going on 35.
Right. And what school do you go to?
Birdwood Primary.
Sounds like a
Birdwood's
Harvard
a good
business
school, Tyler. I've known a few people that have gone to
Like
that
I'm
one.
about to get fired.
Wow.
Do you live out in a bit of land out there, Tyler?
Pardon?
Do you live on a bit of land? You got a bit of, or you
Property?
got just in a normal house?
Just in a normal house.
Oh, that's
But it's
better.
a
Then you
nice
don't
town,
have to
though.
bloody
You
clean
don't have to
up.
work.
All right. What's your joke for us today, Tyler?
Why do cows have bells?
Why do
Why
cows have bells?
Why?
Don't know why.
Because their horns don't work.
That's good.
Well
See,
done.
that's a thinker
He's very
too.
smart.
Yeah, he's a
I feel like I was in a board meeting
I
there.
thought so as well. Yeah, next on the agenda with Tyler.
the target demographics and all that.
Rue.
Well, they both get family passes to AFL Max, which is a great place to have a party, learn, train and play. It's all indoors. Book at aflmax.com.au.
I think Tyler will own AFL Max one
I think
day.
he'll be my boss in 9 years. Yeah.
So don't take the mickey out of him.
Oh, no, I
No, you
respect
did
him.
it. That's the way I
Get
did
in
it.
the good books.
I love you. I love you,
Probably own
Tyler.
bloody SC Southern Cross Osteria.
Some good friends of ours, we don't like to hear these stories, but some good friends of ours got into a little bit of trouble, it's fair to say, recently.
Yep, but now they're back and they're trading again. And Craig, one of the owners from Big Shed Brewery, is with us on the line. G'day, Craig.
How are you guys? You well?
Yes,
Good.
thanks.
Now, you know, we love it down at Big Shed. We've had some
do.
good times down there, great food, good grog.
I'm
But,
impressed you can remember it, mate.
Eh?
I'm impressed you can remember it. To be honest.
That's right. Now, big turnaround in recent times. What's happened? Tell us your story.
Yeah, look, as became well and apparent public knowledge, we had to go into what they call voluntary administration. Just with all the things that went on, from COVID, sort of then onto interest rates and all that sort of stuff that everyone knows about. The alternative to us was either go into VA and try and restructure some finances, or try and trade through in the coming months and most likely fall over. So we made the tough call, and the people, the South Australian public and our suppliers and our wholesale partners, they responded in ways that I still get emotional thinking about. They really rallied around us, helped us both financially and emotionally. We were able then to come up with a plan going forward, and the other last Tuesday, I think it was, the proposal was put to our creditors. They agreed to it. They approved it. So now we are back and we are ready to rock and roll. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
Full
good
of an
luck
egg,
with
that's
it. And not just great beer down there, great food as well. And it's a
Best
great place.
chicken burger in town,
yeah,
I say.
I thought
Good
the
atmosphere.
Food was equally as good as the
Yeah.
beer,
Thank
Craig,
you,
down
thank
there. Been a tough time for breweries like yourselves, and we've spoken on this show a couple of times about it. The tax that's been on twice yearly at the moment. God, is there any end in sight for what the government's trying to do with alcohol and price rises?
Oh, look, I could get on my high horse for it and spout on about the tax system and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it does. The fact that the excise goes up twice a year, every year, no matter what, it certainly doesn't help the cause. But I think this isn't just a beer problem. This is a hospitality and even a wider small business problem. People are struggling at the moment to find the spare cash to do those things, like go out and have a beer, have a bite to eat, and I appreciate that. I would just say that if you've got a local that you really love, go and say good day, go and buy something. Spend within your means. Don't go stupid by any stretch, but just support those small businesses, because people can sometimes take them for granted that they'll always be there.
Yeah.
But if we don't support them, they won't be. That's what we've learned. If you said to me sort of 5 years ago that West End Brewery wouldn't be where it was, I would have said you were mental.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if something that big can go,
Sure.
well, small businesses we don't have the financial backing that they do.
Yeah. Fair. Now you've got the big brewing process out the back there at Big Shed. How many people do you employ?
We employ about 45 people,
Wow.
give or
Yeah.
take. Yeah. So and that's the beauty of this, is that the locals rally and saved 45 jobs.
Yep.
That's the bit that we love.
Yeah.
And it shows myself, Jason, our whole crew, that we do something that people value. And that's important as well, to keep going when times are tough. That people value and rally behind it. So that's been amazing.
Oh, you got Gather Round, you got Live Golf, you got Easter this weekend. Hopefully a big few weeks for Big Shed Brewery. What's happening down there over the Easter weekend?
Yeah, mate. Well, Easter weekend we're open every day of Easter. Coming up, Gather Round. We've got I can't remember if you guys have had or not, but our Sunday, we normally do a bottomless barbecue on a Sunday. We're running that across the entire Gather Round. It's 2 hours of smoked meat goodness. Heart attacks on a platter, delicious.
Yum.
And then after that, 19th of April, we've got Riot City Wrestling coming down for a wrestling event called Brutality. And if you were there at the last one, it was amazing fun. The boys are jumping off the mezzanine there, just having an absolute blast.
So a bit like our OB we had down there.
Yeah. Otherwise, to you guys, standard Wednesday night. Right?
Beautiful.
Well, it's good news, Craig. It's good to hear that things are turning around. I know you've still got some hard work to do, but it's great to hear that Big Shed's up and firing.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all your guys' support across this whole journey, and every South Australian. I love you guys.
Good on you, Craig.
Mate. You remember that they made our beer for us.
They did.
Going back a while.
Bloody beautiful.
Yeah, Triple M
Collector's
beer.
item.